Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. It is a really nice morning where I'm at right now. I actually just got back from my little morning routine. I was downloaded with some stuff and I wanted to share it with you. But aside from that, I'd be darned if I didn't talk to you about the stuff that is going on right now, because it is quite a bit. We are actually going through a lot right now and it is very intense. It's been very intense since the 17th of last month. And we are all feeling some type of energetic pressure in some way, and we are going through a detox of some sort. A lot of us have been guided to do a body detox, or to cut something, or change something in our diet, or even people, because this is exactly what we are doing right now. We are actually in preparation for what is to come during the solar eclipse on the 21st. And also too, it's just been feeling like a withdrawal. I don't know if you guys have been feeling this. I'm sure you have, but it's been feeling like an energetic withdrawal of something. It's almost like something is really being pulled out of our collective field. And we are going through a tremendous detox, because the solar eclipse is going to be about opening the gates energetically, and we are going to be receiving some coding and upgrades, and we are preparing for some downloads that we are intended to receive, and just so many other things like that. And our bodies do have to be prepared on some level to be able to integrate those very important energies. And so this is why if you are being guided to do something, to detox or change your diet, please do that. If you don't want to be completely drained on the day of the eclipse. And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's very important to stay active on some level, all the time. If you are a twin flame, I'm sure those of you listening are twin flames, and you actually have a light body. And having a light body does come with some level of responsibility, of course, if you want to accelerate on this journey and accelerate through your own timelines. But proper maintenance of your light body is extremely important for many, many reasons. And so it's important to stay active, because in our physical vessel, we actually have entry points. A lot of you might know them as channels, but we have energetic entry points in different parts of our body, and it is extremely important to have these entry points open, because this is the way we actually integrate our cosmic energy, our higher selves, our downloads, our upgrades. We need to have the capacity to allow this energy to flow through, in and out. It is extremely important to be able to receive the energy coming through and integrate the energy coming through, but also to release and clear the energy that needs to be going out. So having these entry points are extremely important. And if you are not moving around, doing some sort of stretching, yoga, and it doesn't even have to be yoga, because I know some of the yoga positions are very difficult to do sometimes. But even if you just stretch your arms and your legs, it is that will help you. It will help you feel better. The best way that I can describe it is, picture a pine cone. So when the pine cone is extremely closed in, you can't see anything. It's picture a closed pine cone. That's exactly how you get when you're not moving your body and being active, versus when the pine cone is completely open. You can clearly see the creases. You can see the openings of these entry points, and that is us. That is how our physical vessel functions. So We do have certain entry points, which I will talk about on a different video where they are, but some of the most important ones are, of course, at our ankles, so stretching our feet some way, doing some rotation, the back of our knees. So this is why walking and running helps a lot, because you're actually opening up those entry points for your lower chakras. Also too, the inside of your thigh, near your groin, those are other very important entry points. The side of your hips, by your ribs, and also extremely important are the upper entry points by your armpits. So that little crease right there that connects your arm to your chest, we actually have some major entry points in that area that helps us to integrate most of our energy. So doing anything like kettlebells or weightlifting, something, stretching your arms, warming up these spots to allow the energy to become integrated. And once you do this, give it 3 days, you will feel a tremendous difference in the energy that is flowing through your body. Not only will you release stress and anxiety, but you're even integrating new energy, your higher self, your cosmic energy. You're allowing that abundance of energy to come through to your human vessel. So this is how we receive downloads. This is how we receive, more integration, more spiritual strength, is by doing just that, opening up these entry points. And don't allow yourself, you guys, to be closed off like a pine cone. You don't want that. You want to feel your best as you go through this process of ascension. It's not always easy, and if you're not exercising your body, you're not allowing your light body to expand. You're not. And having an expanded light body is extremely important, not only because it gives you that spiritual strength, but also too because once your light body becomes expanded, you are literally an orb of pure divine light. Okay? And can you just imagine having all of that light within you and not allowing it to expand? Your physical body cannot hold that. This is why if you're not doing anything, you go through stress and anxiety, and you can't sleep, and you go through so much. So expanding your light body will help you to, integrate and just be that orb of light, your true soul essence in this human form. Now, another thing about that, we've all heard of opposition and attacks from the dark, and these dark entities and dark spirits and attachments. And yeah, they are a very real thing. Of course they are. But see, what happens with this, and this is why these dark energies are threatened by people who have a light body, is because once you expand your light body, way above your auric fields and your luminous fields, they actually cannot attach to your auric fields anymore. It makes it extremely difficult for them to be able to attach to your luminous fields or anything of that nature, because your light body is expanded way beyond that. And what happens when they even touch that light body? They can't touch it. They melt off. They fall off of it. So this is why these beings are clearly threatened and afraid of individuals with an activated light body, because they know the potential. They know that if you set your intent and you work on expanding this light body, it's extremely difficult to become attacked with attachments or anything of that sort. I mean, yeah, you know, if you put yourself in that situation, you may experience some form of attachment for some days, but you know what? It's not going to last long. and that's all I'm saying. But this is why it is so important to actually work on doing this. You know, get out there and do some stretching, move around, do some dancing, you know, lift weights, do the kettlebells. Kettlebells are so good for this. And I will tell you, if you do some kettlebells and raise your heartbeat to over, I would say, at least 125, 130, where it's at a cardio zone. And, you know, I've been through this light body activation and this Kundalini activation for quite a little while now. And I can honestly say that it is when my heart is at a cardio state in which I receive the most downloads. I kid you not. This is when I receive most of my downloads. It's either in the dream time, like when I'm not in the dream time, but when I'm drifting off to sleep, or when my heart rate is at a cardio state. That is when I receive most of my downloads, and that is because I am expanding and I am opening up these entry points and integrating this energy. And this is why the downloads just come through. They come rushing through. They come rushing in. So anyway, as you can see, this is why it is important to maintain your physical vessel, and why it is so important to expand your light body, because you just become that powerful orb of energy, of light. So yeah, also too, I wanted to talk about the Kundalini really quickly. So, you know, if you've met your twin, and if you are going through light body activation, chances are that you are either experiencing some sort of Kundalini rush, some sort of Kundalini rising. And the thing about this is that when it comes to Kundalini, yes, it is source energy. It is very strong, powerful, sacred energy. And once the Kundalini becomes activated in your system, it actually works in two ways. Kundalini has its light side and it has the shadow side. So when it goes through our system with its shadow side, it's of course going through, you know, moving up our chakras and clearing and cleansing us from, you know, dysfunction and ego and, you know, all of that stuff. It's actually clearing us. However, the Kundalini, when it works with its light side, and it's moving up our system, it is that creative energy, that loving energy that just, you know, just makes us feel some type of way. It brings out the divine aspects in ourselves. And this is why too, it is so important to make that Kundalini rise in its light side, and, you know, do some dancing or do something that will bring that energy to rise. So moving your body, as you can see, is something that is extremely important to do during this ascension cycle, during this time, and while we are in these 3D bodies. So yeah, that is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I'm not really sure if there is something else that I wanted to talk about. I know that we are going through a lot of clearing at the moment. A lot of stuff is coming up, and you know, we're always going to go through clearing, you guys. Even after union, we still go through purging. We still go through clearing. It's not over. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but even when it comes to twins who are in physical union, it's not la la land forever. I mean, there is always something that we are clearing in these physical bodies, okay? Our energy might be 5D when we come into union with ourselves and with our twins. in the physical and energetically. However, as long as we are in these physical vessels, there is something that we are going to be clearing all the time. I mean, there are cycles and cycles and cycles of lives that we've experienced. And there's cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles of life within our genetics and our DNA. And it's impossible to clear all of that. We don't have enough linear time to clear all of that stuff. We just don't. This is why, depending on what we are here to do, depending what our mission and our focus is, these are some of the things, depending on our function, these are some of the things that we will be clearing. So let's just say that you will be working with children, and part of your mission is to work with kids. Well, for all you know, all of the stuff that you are clearing are, things and dysfunctions from childhood traumas. Or let's just say that you are working with, medicine. You may be downloading a lot of medical information, or you may be clearing a lot of medical dysfunction and disease and all of that stuff. That may be something that you are helping to clear at this level. So it all depends on what it is that you are here to do. I myself, I'll just give you an example. Part of what I'm here to do is I have a forgiveness template that my union is holding. That's one of our templates. So part of my mission at this level has been to know and understand forgiveness, and also give it and distribute that template. And I've been through so many experiences where people have done stuff, and I've always had to be the bigger person all the time. And I've often questioned this. Why do I always have to be the bigger person? Why can't they make the first move? It's always me. In friendships, family, most of the time it's always been me. I've always had to be the bigger person. That is because now, after my awakening, it's been revealed to me that is part of what I'm here to do, is to distribute that forgiveness template. And it's pretty amazing once you really evaluate your life and the structure of your life, and you realize that your struggles are really your empowerment, and it's really part of your mission. It's what you are actually good at. So rather than looking at it from a standpoint of pain and suffering, look at it as fuel for empowerment. So that's all I really wanted to say. Other than that, I really have to go now. I will make another video here. I believe I will be recording another video talking about the solar eclipse with Brian. So that will be up shortly as well. But hang in there, everybody. I know it's tough. I know it's very tough right now. Especially when it comes to the emotional body. There's a lot that we are clearing in that sense. And physically, there's just been a lot going on. I've actually asked myself, oh my goodness, am I really getting older? Well, duh, right? But I've questioned this, like, oh my gosh, where is all my energy? But don't worry. I mean, it's part of the energies that we are actually tackling right now and that are coming through at the moment. But we are fine. We are actually built for this. So hang in there. I love all of you very much. And I will speak to you soon. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful evening. Bye, everybody.